Rock! Roll salute! Reset! Out!
Privy Council, International Security, International Representatives, Prime Minister, the Commonwealth National Government, Ministers of the Crown, Twin Kingdom, Parliament, representative from ABG, Office Governor, North Bougainville Central Bank, Governor of Central Bank, Commissioner of Banks, Governors, I-Government Combank, Bankers of the Crown, Commanders and Soldiers of the Crown, Prophets, Pastors, Priests, the Heaven and Earth, Papara University Workforce, Heads of Divisions, Teachers, Doctors, Sisters, Nurses, Ramapo Traditional Government, Chiefs, Elders and Leaders, ladies and gentlemen. Today I'm so relieved and excited with the breaking news I'm going to release to you. I know you have gone through a powerful week of seminars and workshops, and now waiting for me to give you the good news I mentioned to you a few days ago. Before I release the breaking news, let me reiterate one more time the importance of understanding the mysteries of God, the mysteries of the kingdom, the mysteries of Papara, and my own personal mysteries. Without knowing any of these mysteries, we can't really prevail over the enemy. As I always say, the enemy, or the serpent, is the most cunning and wisest creature in the field. He understands everything and anything that human beings do. The only thing that he does not understand is the mysteries of God, the mysteries of the kingdom, the mysteries of the Father, and our own personal mysteries in God. Therefore, if you really want to defeat, overtake, and rule over the serpent, all we have to do is simply operate at the level of the mysteries of God, mysteries of the kingdom, mysteries of Papara, and so on. How then do we operate at the level of God's mysteries? Well, the mysteries of God, the master plan of God, and the omniscience of God are beyond. The serpent only fulfilled the mystery for his head to be crushed forever. This was one of my favorite subjects as a youth growing up in the 1980s. Again, I'm just mentioning all this to stress the importance of knowing the mysteries of God, the mysteries of the kingdom, the mysteries of Papara, etc. Knowing the mysteries of God will put us at a level where we will always prevail over the enemy. Today I won't go through any discussion on anything as I normally do. I will go straight to present you my birthday gift because it's ready now. Birthday gift. Let me express my sincere gratitude to you all for the patience, understanding, and courage you have shown throughout the years of our preparation. I have very good news to release to you today. The birthday gift I promised to you, I promise to give it today is real. It's no longer just an imagination. It's no longer just a vision. It's no longer just a promise. It's no longer just a guarantee. It's no longer just an assurance. It's no longer just a word. It's now a reality. Just as I said last week, everything is happening according to the mysteries of Papara. It's happening now as I'm explaining and presenting it to you. It could not happen over the last 4 weeks because the mysteries of Papara could not allow it. As explained many times before, according to one of the mysteries of Papara, whatever you see in the morning will be the same thing you will see throughout the day until evening. It depends on your program for the day. If you are going on a hunting trip and the first possible pig you see is a speckled one, every other possible pig you see will also be speckled. If the first possible pig you see is all black, the rest of the possums or pigs you see on that day will also be all black. Everything depends on the first encounter. I explained several times already that it took exactly 5 weeks to send funds from PNG to Australia and Canada for the Forex. We had all the money to send, but the system still could not allow us to send it in the officers in PNG are professional bankers with all the necessary banking knowledge, experience, connections to make things happen overnight. But the professionalism, experiences and connections still could not make it happen until the 5th week when everything just broke through. In the same way, it took another 5 weeks for my officers in Canada to make this happen for the FX system there. Finally, due to the ABT's refusal to co-sign the decree with the Megawatt PM, I instructed my officers to go through Euroclear in Europe and make it happen. And as I said last week, we registered IBOM under Euroclear on the 14th of June last month and got international recognition from 190,000 banks, financial institutions, securities, derivatives, etc. Therefore, according to the mysteries of Papara, this is the week of our delivery. Why? Because it's the 5th week. Up to the end of the 4th week last week, everything was too slow and taking time to process. The funds are transferred from country to country to a corresponding account in Canada just could not reach the account. My officers in Europe, responsible for the Forex, were frustrated by the slowness of the transfers. But I explained to them that it will still happen on the 5th week of their frustrations. And just this recording or conventional week, the mysteries of Papara has proven once more to prevail and conquer the world for us. The enemy just could not stop it anymore. He cannot hold our payouts anymore. Everything is now fully released to us. This is a message from my officers in Europe last night. One of them said, "We are beginning to breathe a sigh of relief." Unquote. Another said, 6 years of hell and finally we have success. Unquote. Those of you on the ground might not understand my modus operandi on the international scene, but above statement from one of my central bank key officers should explain to you the kind of work I do overseas. You can tell from his statement that 6 years of hell and finally we have success, that it has not been an easy road everywhere, locally, regionally, and internationally. I engaged the guy 6 years ago to work on the Forex, but it could not happen until the 7th year in our new calendar. Just after celebrating our new calendar and birthday last week, everything began to break loose. That's exactly what he meant by saying 6 weeks of hell and finally we have success. Now here is the program for presenting to you my birthday gift today. By yesterday, the 5th week, the opening of the 5th week, all the funds in my international network got loosened up and as never before. And I paid for everything that needed to be mobilized and paid for. Since my network is now fully free, loose and operational to the fullest, I went on a spending spree and was just spending more and more funds from every angle, every corner, and every part of the world. Even up to last night. When one of my officers said, "Your Majesty, that's enough now. We don't need any more funds." Unquote. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm just disclosing to you what is really happening now in the system. All my funds are now fully loose, free, ready, and operational at my fingertips. That's why yesterday at the beginning of the 5th week of our FX Forex project in Europe, everything started exploding as never before. Can we imagine that the guys needed funds to complete the Forex project for us? They needed funds for payment of due diligence and all other costs and expenses that goes with Forex. They also needed funds for so many other things like travel, tickets, accommodation, etc. Until yesterday, the 5th week of frustrations, when the system just broke loose through and started pouring its funds as never before. That's why, as I started pouring in funds into our account, they quickly responded saying, "Your Majesty, that's enough now. We don't need any more funds. It's too much." In other words, since my funds are now fully loose and flowing, I will now be filling up your local accounts in the conventional banks like BSP, Westpac, etc. this week, starting today. in IBOM and Community Bank don't need to be filled up anymore unless you still need more. All I've done now is, as my birthday gift, was to make your funds become alive, active, and transferable internationally. I don't need to give you any more funds unless you still need more. If you have millions or billions in your account, you can be rest assured as of today that all your funds in all your accounts are now alive, active, and transferable as of this week, starting today. Why? Because I already paid for all the necessary fees, costs, expenses, etc. that was holding us back all this time. And as I said, I did it out of my new level of abundance. I told my officers, if they need any more funds, I'm on standby to send more. And they said, no, it's enough. We don't need any more funds. I was ready to send more out of my new level of abundance. In the past, I used to send funds around the world out of a lower level of abundance. There was some scarcity. We had lots of basic needs ourselves and still had to sacrifice in finding money and send it to various countries in the setting up of the system. Sending funds out of scarcity took many years to complete things, compared with sending funds out of my abundance today. Even the written Bible refers to two types of giving. One gives out of a need, while the other gives out of his or her abundance. It's the same concept. You can give out of your need, or you can give out of your abundance. Both are necessary in the process of setting up the kingdom, government, and system of heaven. In other words, in the past, all of us had multiple needs in our hands. We had needs for school fees, needs for food, needs for medicine, health services, needs for transport, needs for anything and everything we were involved in. We set up the system from our basic needs. Everyone sacrificed his or her time, efforts, resources, and money. None of you were giving out of your abundance. Everything you gave was a sacrifice. Some of you gave all and everything you had. Some PhDs in West Papuans will have sacrificed of 9 or 10 years with me here at Tondo headquarters. My Fijian general sacrificed all his time, family, and resources since December 2005. That's 17 years. Our central bank governor, Sir Peter Leslie, sacrificed all he had since 2002 when I first recruited him to manage the Reserve Bank of Papara at downtown Port Moresby. All of you sacrificed everything to stay with me till the finishing line, which is now. I cannot name all of you personally because it would take me many days to do so. The most important thing to know now is that our time for giving from our needs is now over. From today and this week onwards, we will be giving to others out of our abundance. As I give to you from my abundance, so will you be giving to others out of your abundance. My level of abundance is different from your level of abundance, but the concept and the excitement is the same. My level of abundance is for universal vision, universal strategy, universal coordination, and universal finance. I'm here to coordinate and finance the whole world towards universal reign of peace on planet Earth. Your level of abundance may be to finance your families, your clans, your tribes, your communities, districts, provinces, and your governments, etc., etc. Use the abundance I have given you to take care of yourselves and your families, clans, friends, etc., etc. Therefore, due to the release of abundance at my level of operations yesterday, today, and this week, you can now be rest assured 100% that all this abundance will not trickle down or be downloaded onto you all here in Bougainville, PNG, SI, West Papua, Fiji, Malaysia, and the Isles of the Pacific. You deserve it. No longer will you give to others out of your need. No longer will you give out of your scarcity. From today onwards, you will only be giving to others out of your abundance, and both concepts are biblically sound doctrine. King Solomon's proverb says, do not give me too much out time of hard training and preparation. A poor man or woman cannot provide goods and services to other people in need. A poor person cannot lead rich people. A poor person will always be looking for ways to steal and survive from day to day. A poor person will always be a follower, while a rich person will always be a leader. That's why our God, Yahweh, Jehovah Kopona Tatano, has made sure that his children are trained very well before releasing their abundance. If you release abundance to a poor person, he or she won't be able to handle it because he's untrained. He might even collapse because it's too much for him. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm releasing today your abundance because I'm now certain 100% that you are fully prepared and ready to take it. The abundance I'm pouring to you this week will not cause you to collapse. It will not make you proud either. Rather, it will enable you to be forever thankful to God Almighty, Yahweh, Jehovah, Kopona Tatano. In closing my short speech today, let me give you the specific timings for releasing my birthday gift to you. As I said yesterday, I released all funds that is needed for our international projects. I did that out of my new level of universal abundance. And by today, we will be releasing funds to BIS, and by tomorrow, we will be launching our FX or Forex. And over the conventional weekend, our international delegation has confirmed to arrive here at Tono headquarters. The Forex makes your funds in IGOM and Community Bank alive, active and transferable, whereas the ETA makes your hard currency tradable locally and internationally. Forex means you can now buy, sell or trade with other people involved in PNG, SI, Fiji, Malaysia, Australia, New Zealand, the Isles of the Pacific and further internationally. Whereas ETA means bougainvilleans are now free to trade, do business amongst themselves and with other countries. Both are necessary and important. Therefore, I now close this week-long seminar by releasing to you my birthday gift for those from PNG and West Papua, East and West Paradise. I will be conducting your commissioning service tomorrow morning. Then those who want to leave can go immediately or the following day. And those who want to wait for the arrival of our international delegation with the hard currency, MasterCards, banking software, superwire connection, etc., can wait until the Gregorian weekend. All these things will happen because I now have my abundance fully restored back to me. In order to give you time to learn and train yourselves to come and reach my level, I also had to follow my own personal mysteries. My original abundance was removed so I could work with you at your level of operations and set things up for you. Just imagine, had my original abundance not been removed from me decades ago, I would have just been funding projects here and there, but would not have had the opportunity of working with you people in the way I do today. That's the mysteries of God, the mysteries of the kingdom, mysteries of Apara, and my own personal mysteries. I had to come down to a level of operations, your level of scarcity, and your level of abundance in order to have a personal working relationship with you. But now, as you receive your funds, I'm going back to my original level of abundance. There's a mystery that only you and I will know. Those who did not sacrifice like you will never understand this mystery. They will come looking for jobs and employment and will just engage them at the level of operations. The deeper things and deeper mysteries will only be known to those of you who have been with me all this time. I must close off now because tomorrow is another great day for us where I will be conducting commissioning service for our people in PNG West Papua. Thank you for accepting my birthday gift today. According to the information I received, after paying all that was necessary yesterday, our Forex will be launched tonight on the Oanda, but will take extra 4 days to populate the entire world financial system. While it's being populated, our international delegation will be here already over the Gregorian weekend. In other words, the moment I transfer active and tradable. That's the first step. The second step is the actual launching of the Forex platform, which is tonight. And that's it. Your funds are now fully active, alive, active, and transferable. That's all from me for today. That's my birthday gift to you.